Today, I will be giving you guys a full breakdown of the Dummynation economy system. Having the most single player points out of anyone on the leaderboard, I found out quite a bit. At the end of this video, I have some gameplay of me playing a really hard nation applying all of these techniques, so make sure to stay until the end. Economy growth in this game is very dependent on a nation's population. Here in a custom game, for example, I increase Egypt's population to 11.3 billion, and we see how their GDP just starts skyrocketing to 7.51% growth. In single-player games, I like to always keep my social spending somewhat high, because population growth also equals economic growth. The lower your GDP per capita in this game, the faster your economy will grow. For example, Afghanistan here. The only important thing to note is that this is not sustainable in the long run. If your GDP per capita is really low, then you're probably not going to turn out too well. Out of the 4 ideologies, only one of them has a significant impact on the population growth of a country, and that ideology is theocracy. With the traditionalism buff, you can increase your population growth up to 40%, which may impact your economy growth positively. The other ideology that has a direct impact on your economic growth is, of course, communism. If you choose communism's 2 buffs, your economic growth will severely decline. That is why democracy is usually my go-to ideology. The next one I'm going to talk about is a little bit lesser known. If you click on the map type and go to terrain, you can see the varying types of terrain across different countries. For example, here in Afghanistan, it's mostly white and brown. The whiter and browner the terrain means that it's less conducive to more population growth, because usually it's more mountainous. Here we can see how the Alps and the Sahara Desert are mostly in worse terrain. This can be seen especially in the Tibet region of China. For some reason, Russia has some of the best terrain, but I don't think that's accurate at all. Something else to note is how the populations correspond with the terrain type. The population density maps in this game are actually also pretty accurate to real life. Every country has a cap on their population, where at some point the population will eventually start declining. Probably one of the biggest and most important things that will impact your economic growth is diplomacy. Here we've chosen the tiny country of Lithuania. Their economy isn't going anywhere too fast, so let's see what happens if they have perfect relations with everyone in the world. After having perfect relations with everyone, their economy shot up 0.8%, which is pretty massive. My personal tip for this is to be friends with the most powerful countries in the game, economy-wise. If you have good relations with China and the USA at the start of the game, then you should be set. Those 2 nations account for more than 50% of the whole world's economic activity. If you guys found these tips useful, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. The rest of this video is going to be me playing a really hard nation, applying all of these techniques into my gameplay. Enjoy the time lapse.